It's on live. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Those that are joining and will be joining, assalamu alaikum to you all. Hope you're all well. Hope Ramadan is going well for you. Today I am back again with a conversation with a fresh and upcoming nasheed artist, though she has started making some noise on the social media platforms and other platforms as well. She's collaborated with many nasheed artists. But before I get into all of that, we will start with the tilawat of Quran from the end verse of Surah Mulk. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أرأيتم إن أهلكني الله ومن معي أو رحمنا فمن يجير الكافرين من عذاب أليم قل هو الرحمن آمنا به وعليه توكلنا فستعلمون من هو في ضلال مبين قل أرأيتم إن أصبح ماؤكم غورا فمن يأتيكم بماء معين صدق الله العظيم. So that was tilawat from Surah Mulk. And so, as I said at the start, those are joining me, assalamu alaikum. As I said, we are in conversation with Aminah Taybah, who is a very young and talented nasheed artist from Nottingham. So, assalamu alaikum, Aminah.
Wa alaikum salam.
Before we make a start officially, can we ask you to put your headphones in, because I was getting a bit of echo.
Oh yeah, my headphones are in. I have got my headphones in.
All right, that's brilliant. If you just turn down your speakers a little bit.
Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So, Aminah, would you like to tell me a little bit about yourself? I know that you have collaborated with different nasheed artists before. You've done tours before, and you're also a presenter and a co-host on Radio Dawn. So if you just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came and approached Nats.
So, assalamu alaikum everybody. My name is Aminah Taybah, also known as Aminah TH. I'm a vlogger, a YouTuber, an actress, a singer, and I am 12 years young. During May 2018, I won the Young Muslim Star Awards Nasheed competition held here in Nottingham. And last year, in 2019, I did a UK tour performing the nasheed called Eid with the Neighbours with Primera Entertainment and Penny Appeal. And it was an amazing experience, one of the best times of my life, really. Also, I have released 5 singles now, which are all available on YouTube. If you type in Aminah Taybah, they will come up. That is spelled AAMINAH And then also, if you scroll down to the bottom of my channel, all of my nasheeds are linked there. So yeah, that's a bit about me. And also, I am a radio presenter. I have my own show, Aminah's Hour, on Sundays from 2 till 3 p.m. on Radio Dawn 107.6 FM. I am a co-host on the Young Muslim Talent Show as well on Radio Dawn on Saturdays from 3 till 4 p.m.
MashaAllah, that's a lot of talent and a lot of work that you've done just within a few short years. You said you started around 2017. You did your first was it your first tour in 2016?
Oh, it was 2019 is when I did my tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that there was a nasheed competition that you did, and you had some.
That was in 2018. Yeah.
That was in 2018. So we've only really seen Aminah Taybah for a few years, but in this couple of years that she's been on public platforms, she's created a lot of noise and a lot of work that and content that's out there. She's got some stuff on YouTube as well, so do check that out. And on Instagram, like we have this banner underneath in conversation with Aminah Taybah, or at Aminah Official. So do check her out on Instagram as well. So Aminah, what got you interested in reciting nasheeds? I know your father is quite active within the community as well, and Nasir Hussain, he's sitting beside her, though he's not in the camera at the moment, but he's here for support as well. So would you like to tell us what encouraged you to start reciting nasheeds, and what made you feel that that's what you want to do?
Well, when I was like 5 years old, I think it was, or 4 years old, something like that, I performed with the Sham group. It was somewhere local. They had come down to Nottingham and performed, and I performed with them. I think it was Tal Al Badr Alayna, and I think from then my confidence grew. But I've been singing nasheeds like all my life, but I don't really know what inspired me to like read nasheeds, because like I've listened to other celebrities and I always thought that was amazing to do, but I never had in mind that I wanted to actually become an artist myself. So along with encouraging, my sister encourages me. My parents do as well. They play a massive role in encouraging me and supporting me. As you did mention about my father being actively involved. I think that's just like a lot of parents ask me this as well, and they say we want our kids to get involved in this sort of thing. I think you really need to support your children, because without support they can't really do much.
Definitely. It's there's a from what you just mentioned, there's been a lot of investing into your career at a very young age. You're saying at 5 years old you went and you recited with Sham locally, so that was a massive boost to your confidence at a very young age. And then with your constant support from your family, your sister and your father, they always promoting and encouraging other people to listen to your stuff on YouTube and wherever else you may be. And whenever I've told my friends and my family about the fact that I'm always getting messages from Brother Nasir, and he's always posting videos of Aminah Taybah, and they always say that's very cute and that's very nice of him to do that. But it's also someone that's leading by example, because there are a lot of parents out there that want their children to achieve a lot in their life as they should, but they don't take that active role in really encouraging them and really working with their children in achieving success. So mashallah, congratulations to your family and your parents, especially for that. So when you come to practicing a nasheed or a naat, when you are in the process of learning the new nasheed, how do you really go about that? Because I do know that you recite in Arabic and in English and in Arabic. So there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of
and in
talent
Urdu.
in Urdu as well. Exactly. So Arabic, Urdu, and English. So there's a lot going on there. So obviously English is our spoken language, but with Urdu and Arabic, how do you really? Because there's a language barrier. So how do you write the words down? Do you practice those? How do you do that?
Well, when I first learned a nasheed, obviously when it's a cover, then I listen to whoever I'm doing the cover of, whoever made the song. I listen to their version of the song. I also feel like listening to other covers as well helped me to do my cover, and I feel like then I can like kind of mix different techniques that I've learned from different videos, and I kind of put it into one, so then I can kind of get the best version of the nasheed that I can. And I don't actually speak Arabic and Urdu, but so I can't read Urdu, so I write it into the transliteration. And with the Arabic, my dad actually helps me with that. So like I read it to him, and then he corrects me on my pronunciation.
Brilliant. And in discussion prior to this live, we were talking about how you actually learn how to recite Quran and Tajweed through your father. That is something that's so beautiful, so inspiring to myself, because someone that teaches Arabic and teaches Quran to children, I see on a daily basis where parents are pushing their children into the classes, but they don't themselves get involved. So it's really, really nice to see that the parents themselves are actively instructing their children, and actively working with their children in all of these different aspects. So, mashallah, and you can see the dedication, the commitment to learning nasheeds. Though there's a massive language barrier, we still write the notes in Urdu, we practice the word, we perfect them. And if you see her on YouTube, you see the amazing pronunciation of the Arabic words. So it sounds like somebody that's really worked hard at it. So mashallah, well done for that.
Jazakallah.
So in this brief discussion, we've touched on a lot of things, and you said maybe people that are just tuning in now, and they've just listened to all of this sort of work and all of this all of these stuff that you are producing, and you've performed with this person, you collaborated with that person. They would be shocked to know that she's only 12 years old. So it's she's presenting on Radio Dawn as well, co-hosting, doing lots of different things, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to stay, we've got to try to work outside the box and do something different, and so that will really help with our growth as well and our confidence. So, what advice do you have for young nasheed artists? Maybe people that are not nasheed artists but are very curious, or even people that are not very interested in nasheed. What advice do you have for your fellow generation?
Well, I think that if you want to become a nasheed artist, you should try hard. And I say that always try hard, because if you try hard, you can achieve anything. And always look at the good in things, because sometimes when you're finding it hard, maybe that there's something really hard in a nasheed that you can't do. Maybe it's like you think that vocal wise you're not good at singing, or no, I really want to become a nasheed artist, but I can't sing, I'm not good at it. Really, I don't think that's the way to go. And a lot of my singing teacher actually told me that a lot of your singing, it's not about what you can do, if you're born talented. It's not that. It's really that it's if you can mentally think that you can sing this, then you can sing it. So if you're thinking to yourself, I can't sing it, then you're not going to be able to. But if you believe in yourself, then you will be able to. Self-love is really important, and especially when it comes to singing. So if you can believe that you can do it, then you will do it.
100%. You have to have that self-belief and that confidence within yourself, and obviously with everyone encouraging you as well. That is that motivation that you need. But really, you've got to believe in it yourself. And when it comes to singing, you have to really feel the emotions of it. If you're going to take a passive kind of way approach, then that's not really you're not going to be able to express all those feelings and emotions in the nasheed. So mashallah, well answered there. That was a very good advice for people that are listening. And this is why I want parents also to tune in, get the children involved. I'm speaking to young nasheed artists, young people from our community, and these are the people that are going to pave the way forward for our communities to develop further on. And inshallah, with us investing into our children and our youth today, then they will have a very bright future in the future, inshallah. So, keeping this theme of innovation and bringing something new out there, we've seen in the past, we've seen people like Mahir Zain and Sam Yusuf, where they've really come and they've revolutionized the whole nasheed industry and the whole scene. With Sam Yusuf's Awakening Records right back in the day, and they've really come and they've developed the whole nasheed industry. So if you had a chance to do something on a similar level on a world stage, what would you like to bring a change when you're coming into your platforms as well?
Well, I would like to change the way that people think sometimes, because it's hard to be a nasheed artist, because obviously you have to be confident, you have to learn to get over them nerves, and obviously everyone is nervous. Whenever I go on stage, the amount of times that I've been on stage, sometimes I still do get a bit nervous, but that's normal, because if you don't get nervous, then it shows that you don't care, and it's good to care, because that's why you're nervous, because you care. So I think that if I was given an opportunity to go onto a world stage like Mahir Zain or something like that, then I would definitely want to change the way people think like that. And also A lot of people think that, yeah, I'm a nasheed artist, so that's for my fame, for my name, that means I'm going to become really famous, it's going to be so easy to do, I'm going to get paid loads of money, I'm going to have a luxury life. That's not what being a nasheed artist is. First and foremost, you're doing this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you're supposed to please Allah. You're not supposed to be there to please people around you.
100%. There's so much involved in reciting nasheed, more than just getting fame. There's loads of ways of getting famous, but when you're reciting nasheed, it's all about love. The very base of reciting nasheed is that connection with the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, though we all get motivated through likes and followers and people's support and encouragement. And just on that note, I'd just like to get in there that we've had two conversations before with different upcoming and aspiring nasheed artists and Naat Khans. But early in this short time, I've had received a lot of comments and a lot of love from the local community and the international community. So I would like to thank and especially shout out for Qari Shahid Mahmood, all the way from Pakistan. He has shown me a lot of love, and same as Hamza Khan and Ismail Hussein and Brother Omar, who runs the Youth Quran and Naat conference, that platform where he organizes all of these Naat Khans and hosts events. So mashallah, thank you for their support, and they are working in the background, and they are sending me their messages. I'm keeping them in the loop as well. So hopefully within the next week or so, we might even have them on the Facebook page, inshallah, as well. So
also, do you know how,
yeah, go for it.
Do you know how you're saying about how likes and followers, like, it's a way of motivation? I think it is a good way of motivation at the same time, though, because like the more followers you have, the more DMs you get. It's not like about being famous. That's not the side I'm talking about. I'm talking about like you can get motivated yourself, and if you think maybe that you're not that good at singing, and then like you receive all these DMs that you post one video and say, like, for example, it goes viral, then you get loads of comments and likes and followers, then you know that you're doing well. And that even if you don't get loads of likes, followers and comments, it doesn't mean that you're not doing well. It just means that maybe not enough people have discovered you yet. And maybe you should find what's your kind of content, and you should upload loads of different kind of content, and then you should see whatever gets the most views, whatever gets the most likes. Maybe that's areas that you are stronger in. So I feel like it is also a good way of motivation and help and support.
100%. And like Amina saying that, it's I'm having this conversation with her. I've been speaking with her for about an hour or so before even coming on live, and it's so inspiring to see somebody so young and so vibrant with so much energy, and so much she's articulating her thoughts and her expression so well. So, obviously I know you do present on radio, but it makes my life much easier, because with other people, I'm not knocking them. They were very good interviews as well. But when someone has that ability to speak and that ability to express themselves, is much easier for me to speak. But alhamdulillah, the thing is that where we do get motivation from this is a matter of you having to find that niche as well in the audience. There is something that you can bring. Everyone has a uniqueness that they bring. So don't worry about I'm not getting that like, and it's not really developing as I thought it would be. You keep regular, keep motivated, keep committed, and eventually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept it, and then they will come in many different forms, inshallah. So moving forwards, if you would like to recite any naats or any sort of nasheeds, I do know you recite in many languages, so whichever one you're comfortable with right now, and then you can move forward.
رقت عيناي شوقا ولطيبة ذرفت عشقا فعتيت إلى حبيبي فاهدأ يا قلب ورفقا صلي على محمد السلام عليك يا رسول الله السلام عليك يا حبيبي يا نبي الله يا رسول الله قلب بالحق تعلق وبغاره راح تعلق يبكي يسأل خالقه فأتاه الوحي فأشرق اقرأ اقرأ يا محمد السلام عليك يا رسول الله السلام عليك يا حبيبي يا نبي الله يا رسول الله يا طيبة جئتك صبا لرسول الله محبا بالروضة سكنت روحي وجوار الحادي محمد Oh, Taybah, your praise is so blessed. Indeed, it brought life back to my spirit. I left my heart with my beloved. Sending blessings, oh Muhammad. الصلوات عليك يا ابن عبد الله أنت رسول الله حبيبي يا نبي الله الصلوات عليك يا ابن عبد الله أنت رسول الله حبيبي يا نبي الله يا رسول الله.
MashaAllah, that was absolutely beautiful. Such a soothing voice. MashaAllah. And this, what you recited, was it from Mahizeen, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah, MashaAllah. And so your cover of it, is it available on YouTube for people to view that?
Yes, it is. That's actually one of my singles, and I had my own original music composed for that. So that's on YouTube. So if you type in Aminah Taybah, it should come up there. If it doesn't, then if you click onto my channel and then scroll down to the bottom, I have linked all of my nasheeds on there so you can watch them all.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. And you also mentioned earlier that you have done a tour, and whilst you were reciting, you were also acting as well. You mentioned you were an actress as well. So do tell us a little bit about that and your experiences, and also how do you find the confidence to, and you mentioned dealing with the nerves, but even at such a young age, there are many people I'm sure watching that would love to recite, but they just can't find that confidence to be able to recite on a big stage or even on a YouTube video. So tell us about your experiences on the tour that you had.
So I think it was last July. I went on tour. So it was a UK tour. We went to Cardiff, London, Birmingham, Blackburn, Manchester, and Bradford. And so Bremer Entertainment partnered up with Penny Appeal. You may know the big charity Penny Appeal. We partnered up with them, and we went on tour. So we performed the play Eid with the Neighbours, and I was one of the main characters. I played a role of a girl called Batul, who was like the classic teenager, like just like always on Instagram, on social media, and it was a really fun character to play. And at the same time, I was also doing nasheed. So the play Eid with the Neighbours, the moral of the story, I think it was a really good play, and the storyline was really good as well. And I think the moral of Eid with the Neighbours is that no matter what you look like, what your background is, where you come from, you should always be kind. You should always respect others, because it was about a man who had a really big heart, and he didn't come from like a very rich background. He came from like a poor background, and then another man didn't like him moving in. So then he really didn't like him, and then this guy was my grandfather, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, the one. So we all moved in, and he didn't like our family. and he really wanted us to get out because he thought that no, they're poor, they don't belong here, they're not rich, and they're not high class. But then through love, my so-called grandfather, through love, grandfather, through love, showed him the right way and brought him back to Deen. So it was a really, really good storyline as well, and I really loved the play itself. And it was really good to go on tour because it was really fun, and it's like you wouldn't believe it the way that the tour is. Like, you won't believe what you get to do, the type of people that you meet, and it's just like, it kind of feels unreal almost, like the people you meet, what you get to do. And the thing is, though, it's like you're doing it all and you're inspiring so many people whilst doing it. So I was acting on stage and so many people came up to me after, wanted to take pictures, and was saying how I inspired them, how they want to take on drama, how they have been inspired immensely, and their children as well. So that was one of the main reasons I did it, to inspire the youth.
Brilliant. And that's exactly it. You know, it's where you are yourself progressing and you are learning as you are, going on tour and doing different things. But you don't realize sometimes how much you are creating impact in the local community on the grassroots. You know, people, children are watching, they might want to do that, or they might see that, where there might be somebody that wants to do it, but I was a bit reluctant. But then when he saw you do it, he might got motivated to do it as well. And you know, even when it might be a little negative, but if somebody saw you and thought, you know what, I could do a much better job of that, well, that's motivation for him. That was his push. So even when you get a little negative comment here and there, that's as well is motivation. So inshallah, that's beautiful. And the acting side of things, would you want to do something similar to that again? Because you seem like you're quite passionate in
yeah, I've always loved acting, to be honest, but I just never really did anything related to acting. I mainly just did everything singing. But then when I had this opportunity, I took it straight away because I love acting, and I feel like as the day goes on, I like to improve my acting as well. And also because at school we have a theatre in my school, and that's where we have a theatre, and that's where we get taught drama, and I feel like that motivates me even more as well, because like you can do so many different things whilst acting, and it's like really cool as well to experience a whole other person's personality and who they are inside. You get to experience a whole other character and another person's life. That's kind of what I like about acting. And also, sorry, I didn't mention, but in the tour that I did, you may know the well-known Muad. I went on tour with him, Iman Farah, Bustami, Bushra Gajam. You may know them. Adnan Majid, Faz Shah, a famous violin player as well and beatboxer, one of the famous Muslim beatboxers, violinists, and Daha El Amin as well. So it was really fun to go on tour with all of them because they're all really talented people as well.
100%. And you know, when you go on tour with all of these big names and these people that have had years of experience and that are really masters of their own field, it really brings something new out of you, and you know, you really step up to another whole level. So that's amazing that you had this kind of big confidence boost such a young age, alhamdulillah. Where it comes to Muad, you mentioned Muad. These names, some of these names are new to me as well. So you mentioned Muad, and you mentioned Iman Farah. I'm trying to get her name right. Yeah. So these two names that you mentioned that Muad has something. He's releasing a new track as well.
Oh yeah. So basically, he released his new debut album not long ago, and it's got so many tracks on there. So if you want to find that, I think it's available on all platforms, on Amazon Music, on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Google Play, and it's also, you can find, I think, some of them on YouTube as well, because he's released some as singles. So do check that out. He's got an amazing voice, mashallah.
Yeah, definitely. I'll once I get off this, that's the first thing that I will be doing anyway. And then you also mentioned that Iman, I don't know what
Iman Farah.
Iran's in my mind. Iman Farah, right? Iman Farah. She also recites Nasheed, and she's put a couple of things of her own, but she mostly does covers, I believe.
Yeah. So she's I think she's making her she's making an original song at the moment, I think, as well. But she's got an amazing voice. Like, her voice is so amazing, mashallah. And if you know Zamiluni, the track by Zayn Beaker, she did a cover of that, and it was amazing. She absolutely smashed it, and that's where I get Zamiluni from. I listened to hers, and then she personally taught me herself how to sing it in her style. So
that's amazing. So, you know, that's really what these tours are about, where you're not just commenting on a video, or you're not just like somebody from the public. You actually go at direct access with these people,
and you can speak to them face to face.
Face to face, and you see what they like as a person rather than a personality. So very, very beautiful. Just touching back on to that acting, one question I had, and I'm sure many people have this question as well before we move on to other things, is that, you know, the role that you played, you saying that she's a typical teenager who is into Instagram and everything. Was that very difficult to play because you felt that it's very different to who you are as a person, or was it was easy to play that role? And if you ever did get the opportunity again, would you want to play a role that was similar, or would you want to do something different?
Well, that's a good question, really, because I think that it was easy to play because, like, I'm a bit like the character Batul myself, because like, always filming everything, because as a vlogger I film literally everything. My sister gets so annoyed about it, but so I think it was an easy role to play because the character was really similar to me. And but if I was to get the opportunity again to do something like that, I would like to play a role like that, but I wouldn't mind playing anything different because, as I said, I like to experience different characters and personalities in different roles. So I wouldn't mind playing another role rather than playing the same role again. But it was a pretty easy character to play, as she was basically just like me.
All right, okay, brilliant. Well, that's really what it's all about. It's about getting out of your comfort zone. A lot of people, as soon as they feel a little nervous, that no, I can't do it. But that's really, the nerves is really what makes you grow. And if you know you deal with the nerves first time, second time, third time, and eventually it just becomes your second nature. I'm sure I'm not going to tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah. So when I was on tour, I wasn't like 100% like. I wasn't like 100% confident. Like, I may seem confident like when I go onto the radio or my YouTube. Like, I am a really confident, loud person, but it's just because I've never done anything like this. I've never acted on stage in a big professional play like this, and especially because Penny Appeal are a worldwide charity known all around the world. And I feel like I was a bit nervous on the first show, but I think because we were all like a slight bit nervous, I think that's what made the show what it was. Because when you're a bit nervous, you make sure that everything's like right. You make sure that you don't mess up or anything like that when you're nervous. That's kind of the way we work. So when I think that the first show was the best show because we were most nervous on the first show than any other show. After that, it became, like, as you said, second nature. So like it was really easy to perform again. And I feel like that's what made the first show the best show, because we were a little bit nervous. So we put in more thought into everything we did, and we made it like perfect.
100%. So those people that do get nervous, I mean, I myself get nervous. I get nervous for every single conversation I have, whether it's on live or if I'm just talking to somebody new, because many people might not know. The ones that have known me from a very young age, they will know that I have had a speech impediment. I still struggle with sometimes, but because I've got a stammering, especially when I was younger. But see, Alhamdulillah, I do these conversations on live, and some people that have met me after many years, they're quite shocked that this guy is doing interviews. Like the same guy that was stammering in school, how did he find himself doing interviews and actually being the host of an interview? But that is, sorry, yeah.
How did you find your confidence? If you're saying that, because you seem really confident, like you wouldn't seem like you have any like problems with speaking to anyone or getting nervous. You seem really, really confident. So how did you grow your confidence?
Oh, well, alhamdulillah, thank you for that. But there was a time actually where I would not talk at all. I was like, I was self-imposed mute, you could say. I didn't like talking. Even when I did talk, I would talk in a whisper because I didn't like people hearing my voice. So what I basically, I think Nasheed's not helped me a lot, because within my local community, my father was asking me to, the people were inviting me to different events and different local local events and national events. And so I did get a bit of that in my early stages as well. But with Nuts, the thing with Nuts was that what I felt anyway, you are reading something, but you are not really interacting with the audience as much as you are when you are speaking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Or even when you're acting, I'm sure there's a lot more expression involved rather than just reading a nasheed and you're using your voice, but your rest of your body is just like, do you see what I'm trying to say? So
Mm-hmm.
it was as if I was kind of hiding behind the song because the person was different and the song was different. Do you see what I mean? The voice,
Yeah.
people would recognize the voice, but me as a person was a totally different person. So here I was, this, bumbling, nervous kid, and then when I'm on stage, I'm just pouring my heart out with my voice, and people would think that's a complete. It's like a, I don't know if you've heard of Hannah Montana and those kind of.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like that. Like I was a completely different person, and when on stage I was a different person. But then when I got a little older, and I was told to do a speech, and I remember that first speech I had to do was so nerve wracking. I was asking every single person for a dua because I was really really struggling, and I was thinking, how am I going to do it? And I really did struggle in the start, but it's just a matter of being regular with it, being committed, being consistent, and constant push on my parents as well. I've got to really thank my father and also my teachers, Maulana Azul Farsa from Bradford, really, really pushed me and gave me that confidence. So it's a bit of both. It was encouragement from everybody, and then I was slowly easing myself into it. First, it was in the sheaths, and then different things. So though we are talking about this, I'd like to continue. Um, if you could recite in front of your most favorite person, I know you have done a lot of collaborations with different people and you've been talking about your tours as well. But if there was anyone that you could recite in front of and you could speak to and you could really connect with, who would that be?
I feel like it would probably be Mahazin because I used to listen to his nasheeds from a very young age as well, and I think I've known him the longest. I did, when I was younger, I did meet him actually, and I got his autograph and I took a picture with him when I was really small. But if I could go back, I think it's been about, I don't know how many years it's been, I think it's been nearly like 10 years or like 9 years since I met him. That was the first time I met him. But yeah, I really, really liked meeting him. He's got a really nice personality as well. And it's because it was a concert that he did, I think. And it was, I think, I can't remember what charity it was with, but I really enjoyed going to it and meeting him as well backstage and taking a photo with him. I really, really enjoyed. And if I could meet him again, I would love to perform in front of him.
That would be, if the people that you've recited, you've grown up listening to their recitations and their YouTube videos. It's almost like it's a dream come true to recite in front of them because it's something that you've always dreamt about, and now you're actually doing it in real life.
Exactly. Yeah, and do you know the competition that I said I won? So it was like the year before. So in 2018, I won the competition, and then a year later, I was on tour with one of the judges. So
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. So, you were being judged by this person, and now you're on tour with them. So that's crazy. But imagine now that Mahir Zain. I mean, it would be a dream come true if Mahir Zain was watching this. But I'm just saying, if someone like that, I mean, I've got my role model. I grew up listening to a lot of Qawwali. I don't know if you heard of the Qawwali genre. It's Indian classical type. And with Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, he does a lot of Bollywood stuff now, and he's also does his Qawwali as well. If I met him, I didn't even know what I would do. So I don't even know if I want to meet him because if I met him, I'd probably just like freak out. So, but if someone of that nature was to meet you and say, I like you and I really want to train you and I really want to see you grow and I'm going to train you for a year and you can call with me and wherever I am, you can, I'll introduce you into my circles. What would that mean for you?
It would mean a lot because, like, Mahazain's a really well-known artist, and the whole world knows him. Like, so many people across the world. It's not just Muslims as well, because he inspires non-Muslims as well through his music. And I feel like I would appreciate that a lot, and I know my family would as well. And it would be like another dream come true. And I don't really know what I would say, to be honest.
Yes, it's one of those things. But I think, like you're saying, you already saw Sham, and for many people, Sham would have been either Maher Zain or Maher Rahmatullah Khan. So I think by being able to connect with these people, it's only furthering you along. And inshallah, one day I pray that you do get to meet him and train with him. That would be amazing.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So moving on a little bit, time is coming to our end. We usually try to wrap up around 1 hour, but obviously we can continue seeing how the conversation is going. But I think around 1 hour we will finish our conversation. Do you think we mentioned Maher Zain and we mentioned all of these other nasheed artists? Do you think that Naat and Nasheed should be modernized and people should be, stepping up and further, modernizing the Nasheeds? Or do you think that we should really take a back step and it's becoming too commercial and too professional, or it's becoming too much like a singer, and the essence and the ruh of singing of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is being left when we become more modern? What do you think about that?
Well, I think that a lot of people do traditional knots, and personally myself, I prefer more modern ones, because I think that traditional, like, you're like, older people have already like lived life, they know about deen, and I feel like a lot of older people, there's so many more religious people, and that's why, like, obviously one day there was everyone trying to inspire that generation, and now that generation has grown up, and us as the youth are trying to be inspired. And I feel like the way to inspire them, because like a lot of people prefer more modern nowadays, like kids and people my age, like everything is more modern tech and all that stuff. So then I feel like traditional, everyone's like, oh, it's this again, oh, we don't want to hear this again, because it's like we hear it all the time. So I feel like with modern, like a lot more people, like the youth, it attracts a lot more of the youth and more people listen to it. But then traditional is more for like the like older generation. But the thing is, I feel like, yeah, a lot of people do go a bit far with modern, like, okay, we have to do this video because we'll get more followers, we'll get more likes, more people are going to find us on social media. Like, my purpose of being a Nasheed artist, it wasn't so that everyone was going to find me, it's so that I'm pleasing the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It wasn't to please an audience. Obviously, an audience is kind of like part of the package, if that's kind of what it means. But like, I feel that like having an audience there to watch you is supportive. You can get obviously nervous by having an audience there, and maybe you don't like reading in front of an audience, maybe just posting videos onto YouTube, you prefer doing that instead. But like, I feel like a lot of people do go far, but then not everyone goes really far. So like, there's a stereotype like, oh, if you do modern stuff, you have to have music, you have to have an amazing video. No, that's not allowed, that's all haram. That's what loads of people say. But like, no, you need to actually like understand what people are doing, and not everyone's the same. So I hate that there's a stereotype for modern and for traditional. If you want to be traditional, then you can. I mean, like, you can change things like traditional knots, you can change them to be a bit more modern, and I feel like more of the youth will be attracted. But then if it's just like you're always doing modern, maybe you might want to bring back a bit of the traditional, and that way you could gain more of an audience that way as well. But your aim is also to inspire an audience. So what audience is right for you? So you should experiment, I guess, with traditional and modern, and then see what's best for you. But personally, I prefer modern.
Yeah, that's brilliant, and that's the beauty of our religion, that there's so much diversity out there. People have different opinions, but then just like there are different opinions and different preferences, there are those nasheed artists that are doing different things. Some people are completely traditional, and some people have made it their mission to make them modern, and that's exactly what is helping with the youth and inspiring them and bringing them to Islam. And like you mentioned, that there are the youth that we need to focus on. They're being overlooked, but at the same time, we shouldn't be overlooking the elders as well. Though they've lived their life and they've grown up and they've connected with Islam, they have not disappeared. So we do try to connect with them also. But it is our youth that will lead us to the next generation, and especially with the globalization of, we're in a global village. We really need to come into the next century and really move forwards and really work with the time that we're living in as well. So it's a bit of both. There's and like you said, you can mix it up. If somebody's got a label, that doesn't mean he can't change his label. You know what I mean? It's a bit. It's about creativity and doing different things, and then obviously you grow as a person and the people that you are inspiring. Some people believe. I've actually met some people that don't like big events. They say that if you want to praise the Prophet ﷺ, you can do it in your house. Why do you need 200,000 people in front of you? Do it in your house. You don't need to do a big event. That's fine as well. There's sincerity in that, genuineness in that. But that doesn't mean that everyone that does a big event is insincere. They're doing it to reach out to the masses and to encourage other people. So they've got their own reasons as well. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept everyone's intentions and purify our intentions, inshallah, as well. Okay, so now moving on to our rapid fire, inshallah. I hope you are excited, as excited as I am.
I'm a bit nervous as well.
Yeah, it's all right. We probably will be offending a couple of people, but that's okay as well. We don't want to offend anybody, and we don't want to offend anyone that likes these people as well and follows them. Of course, indeed, we are followers and we are inspired by these people. These are our legends and our motivators, and we've seen these people as we've grown up, and that's what has brought us into the field of nuts as well. So there's no disrespect intended to any of these individuals, but we're just doing it as a fun and creative way to kind of get the responses from people, so that they can share their opinions and their views as well. And it's a fun way to raise awareness for these people. Like previously, I've been talking to Naat Khan, so my list was all based on the Urdu Naat Khans. And today, when we were in discussion, we've switched the whole list to English nasheeds. And it's creating an opportunity for me to actually learn about these nasheed artists as well. So, inshallah, what we will do today is I will mention 2 nasheed artists from the list that you've given me previously. And I want you to tell me which one you find better. But I don't want you to give it too much thought. Straight away, rapid fire, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we'll start off with Sam Yusuf or Mahir Zain. I think I already know the answer, but Sam Yusuf or Mahir Zain?
I think I probably prefer Mahir Zain because like they both do modern stuff. That's the thing. Like I do covers of Mahir Zain, I do covers of Sam Yusuf, but I do more covers of Mahir Zain. So I feel like I kind of like know him better. So I'd probably say Mahir Zain.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of nasheed, which we haven't actually mentioned, but you know these nasheed artists and anyone that recites anything, especially the ones that are doing it on a big level, we feel that we know them, we claim them as our own. Does that make sense? And like we feel that we know Mahir Zain, like he's our best friend, and we watch him every single day. But really, when we meet him, we met him for the first time.
Exactly.
But, and that is the beauty of really reaching out to the masses, because we're creating a kind of relationship with these people on such a deep level that goes beyond the boundaries of conversations and meetups. And you might not have necessarily met this person in your whole life, but because of that relationship with the nasheed that he recited, you feel that you've got a link with him.
Exactly.
Okay, bismillah. Moving on then. That was Mahir Zain. So, okay. Out of Mikhail Mala or Iman Farrar?
I had a feeling you were going to say that, Well, I personally do know both of them. Okay. I feel like I would go with Mikhail Mala because I feel like it's because I've known him for longer and because I've grown up to know his nasheed Qamarun. And I feel like I really connected with his nasheeds a lot as well. Like Iman's got an amazing voice, but I think that it's probably Mikhail Mala because like I've known him for longer and I know his nasheed like better, is that sort of thing.
Definitely. Actually, one thing I completely have forgotten is, do you actually want to read another nasheed before we move on?
Okay.
Because we've been speaking and the conversation has been so intense and so deep that I've actually completely forgotten everything else. So if you do want another do the recite the nasheed, then we can move on and we can have a little break within our activities and we can go on to activities later.
Okay. أنت نور الله فجر جئت بعد العسر يسرا ربنا عليك قدرا يا إمام الأنبياء तेरी आरज़ू में जीना तेरी जुस्तजू में मरना यही मेरी जिंदगी है यही मेरी बंदगी है या हबीबी या मुहम्मद या नबी सलाम अलैका या रसूल सलाम अलैका या हबीब सलाम अलैका salawatullah alayka. With submission, faith and patience, you conveyed the noble message, brought this light through your guidance. Peace be upon you, my beloved. يرتوي بالحب قلبي حبي خير رسل ربي من به أبصرت دربي يا شفيع يا رسول الله يا حبيبي يا محمد يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك तेरी मोहब्बत की महक से ये ज़मीन आसमान आबाद है रहमत की बरसात आती है दिलो जान या रसूल अल्लाह أيها المختار فينا زادنا الحب هنينا جئتنا بالخير بينا يا ختام المرسلين يا حبيبي يا محمد يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك.
Oh, mashallah. Mashallah, that was absolutely beautiful. And
Jazakallah.
showcasing all her talents there in different languages. So do follow her on YouTube as well, and Aminah Official on Instagram, as Aminah Official on Instagram, Aminah Taybah in different YouTube. I think Aminah Taybah on YouTube, is it?
And also Aminah TH, because Aminah TH is my vlogging channel for so I do, it's basically behind the scenes, so it's basically like my life on Aminah TH, and then all my nasheeds and stuff is on Aminah Taybah. So if you kind of want to see like behind the scenes and that kind of thing, then do check out my YouTube, subscribe on Aminah TH. That is spelled AAMINAH space capital T dot capital H dot. So I do challenges, lifestyle videos, vlogs, all sorts of things on Aminah TH. But if you just want to see all of my nasheeds and singing videos, that's on Aminah Taybah.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you do vlogging on a separate page. That's beautiful. That's really, really good, mashallah. That would explain why there's so much confidence, mashallah. So, coming back onto the competition here. Not competition, sorry. The game that we're playing. All right.
Yep.
So, out of these three nasheed artists, I want you to rank them first, second, third, yeah?
Okay, as in like my favorite?
Yeah, your favorite, and then second and third.
Okay.
Okay. So, who is your favorite out of these three first? Mercy Curtis, Khalid Sadiq, and Muhammad Tariq.
This is a very hard one. I'll go with Masood Curtis.
That's your favorite, okay.
Okay, and then well, I know Muhammad Tariq because of his like because of the medley he did that time, and that's like my favorite out of his. But then I feel like I'm gonna go with I'll go with Muhammad Tadek because and then thirdly Khalid Sadiq because I don't exactly listen to him loads anymore, but I've heard a few of his like nasheeds as well, which are really good. But that was a very hard one.
Khalid Sadiq, you got some work to do, mate. Messing around. Yeah. So that's it. This is what the game is about. We're not offending anyone. They all do beautiful. And I've actually heard Khalid Sadiq live, and he's absolutely amazing, out of the world. So he's awesome. All right, let's go back onto the one or the other, right? I'm going to mention two, and I want you to give me one or the other. Okay, Ahmed Rabbani or Mu'adh?
I knew you were going to say that. I always know the second name you're going to say. Okay, I feel like I like both of them because Ahmed Rabbani is more of like the Urdu kind of side, then Muad's more of like the English Arabic kind of side. But I feel like because I've like known Muad longer and I've been on tour with him, and that, I feel like it's probably going to be Muad. And also because like I listen to him more because he's released more tracks as well than Ahmed Rabbani. So I feel like it'll be Muad. But I'm not offending Ahmed Rabbani because he's still got some amazing tracks.
He has absolutely amazing tracks, and Ahmed Rabbani is a close friend of mine as well. And he also not only have you offended Ahmed Rabbani, you've offended me. So I don't know.
Sorry.
I'm joking. No, Ahmed Rabbani is an amazing guy, and he's released some very beautiful stuff. So Muad, obviously,
check him out.
Yeah, go check him out. Go check all of these people out. Iman, Farad. I'm gonna definitely check these people out, Muad, because I'm not seeing their stuff yet. So we will see. All right then. Just finishing off on the last activity that I always play with the other people that I've interviewed, and they've really enjoyed it, and people have enjoyed it as well. Which is, and Aminah Taybah does feel a bit nervous about this, guys. She's
very nervous.
She feels that she's gonna lose one, but it's okay. No worries. It's a bit of fun, and I'm not as great as I said I was. I believe I'm really good at it, but I'm not. But we will see. So the way this game works is you recite the first line of a verse or whichever part of a song, just one line, and then the last word, the first letter of that or last word, I have to start my nasheed with that. So if I was to give an example, we'll start with an example. We'll do a practice round. So I'm going to say, but you start.
Okay. Ya Nabi salam alayka, Ya Rasul salam alayka, Ya Habib salam alayka, salawatullah alayka.
Alayka, that's a very difficult ayn. Ayn, alayka. Are we doing alayka or are we doing A?
It can be any then. Let's say it could be any. A or ayn.
Yeah, because ayn is, I don't know any that starts with ayn.
But, okay, if you do A,
unless you know something that starts with ayn.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so.
And it begins with A.
A, okay. A, I don't know what it is, whether it's fasting or whether it's pressure on being alive.
I know one that's got A in it.
Okay, go for it. What is which one?
This one's by Muad, obviously. Okay. All my hopes and dreams just come alive and here, like I was chosen. It's on my mind so clear.
So clear. So it's K, isn't it?
It's C. C. Yeah. Yeah.
C, yeah. All right. Okay. But obviously, I'm thinking about Urdu, right? Because I'm going to read Urdu stuff.
Yeah.
I'm more familiar with Urdu stuff. So K, yeah, or K sound.
C. Yeah. C. Yeah. The K sound then.
Yeah. All right. I'll do Arabic.
Okay.
قمر سيدنا النبي قمر. I know قمر is Q, but
yeah, it sounds kind of similar. Yeah.
وجميل 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 سيدنا النبي وجميل. So which one do you want to go for? Jameel, J or K?
Isn't it Jamil? Can I go with W?
What is separate words of Jameel, is it?
J. Oh, okay. It's because I'm dreading a J. J. Okay. Can it be any of the same song that I've just sang?
Yeah,
or does it have to be different?
It can be the same song, but it has to be a different line.
Oh yeah, so it's just close your eyes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just for people that are listening, this isn't the rules of the game, but we're just messing around here, right?
Okay.
We just have a little bash.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, go for it.
Just close your eyes for me. Time is frozen. Step in here, you'll see. And then it goes the same verse again.
All right. C, yeah? S.
Yeah, S.
All right, okay. I had one early. I was practicing beforehand, which I was cheating, but I was thinking what would be good for S, and I had one. I've lost it. I think I'm gonna have to finish on this because I can hear a lot of noise in the background.
I have one for S though.
All right. Okay. Subhanallah, 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 Subhanallah. S. Again, so back to you, S.
Oh, I have to do an S. Okay. Salli ala nabi with tabassum, then nabi tabassum with tabassum, then nabi tabassum. Allahumma salli alayhi. That's what I was thinking of.
That was really good, and that was by Muhammad Tariq, I believe.
Yeah, I think. Or it's Masood Curtis, I think.
All right. Okay. But okay, maybe. I think I've heard Muhammad Tariq do in the
medley. Yeah.
All right. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to finish abruptly, but I can hear somebody crying in the back, so I don't want to spoil the interview. So it was a very, very beautiful discussion that we've had. We've raised some very good points. And do you have any closing comments before we finish? Maybe someone that you want to recommend for the next one, or just comment about how it went today, or anything really.
Well, I think it went really, really well today. Firstly, you did a great job as well. Thank you for having me. And I can't wait to see your interviews in the future as well. And anyone, that I recommend, well, my cousin Isa, he is he reads nasheeds. He doesn't go out and perform them at events and stuff, and he hasn't released any singles. But you were saying about a voice to be heard, and I think that people should hear his voice because he's got a really good voice, mashallah. Whenever we go over to each other's house, obviously before lockdown happened, we always used to read nasheeds, and he's got a really, really beautiful voice, mashallah.
All right, okay, well, really, how old is Isa?
He's 13.
13. Well, if you get me his contact, whether his email or through his parents or whatever, then we can try to arrange that if he's willing to do something with me. But that would be good. That would be good. Nice. It'd be nice to. And this is exactly it. Those people that are watching, those parents that are watching. Muhammad Subhan, I think I heard in the back.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting you say that Muhammad Subhan, because Muhammad Subhan will be reading with us tomorrow, inshallah. He's tomorrow. Muhammad Subhan is tomorrow. And then we have on Tuesday we have someone from High Wycombe, actually. So complete opposite end of country.
Also, do you know, mentioning on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing an iftar show on Radio Dawn 107.6 FM from 6:30 till 8:30 with my father. So please do tune in and call in as well. We would love to hear you on there.
All right, with Radio Dawn, obviously that's for Nottingham, but I'm sure people can tune in on the website.
You can tune in from anywhere. I think it's everywhere in the UK. But yeah, if you tune in on the Radio Dawn website, it's radiodawn.com, I think. Then you can tune in live, and there's different pages on there. So there's a Meet the Presenters page as well. If you want to see the presenters for other shows as well. I had my show Aminah's Hour today. As I said, it's on Sundays from 2 till 3 p.m. So do tune in.
Well, that's absolutely brilliant. It was a treat for everyone, I'm sure, as much as it was for myself. And inshallah, thank you very much. And we will reconnect within maybe a month or two just to see where we are in our careers. So, Assalamu alaikum. Hope the rest of Ramadan goes well for you. And Assalamu alaikum to all of them present.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Walaikum salam.
So there you have it, guys. That was Aminah Taybah. It was somewhat different for me, interviewing a girl, but it was something nice to get a woman's perspective, a girl's perspective on how things are. It was more of a conversation. We had a couple of machines, but it was more conversational based. More views were shared, more things were discussed. So please do watch out Aminah Taybah. Those sisters that are watching, those parents that are watching that want to be involved, want their children to be involved, no nephews, nieces, or other people from the community that would like to come on, please do make contact with me on my Facebook, on my social media platforms, or on WhatsApp. If you have me on WhatsApp, then I'm open to discuss with anyone and everyone that's interested, inshallah. I do have a lot of people coming up. Like I said, Muhammad Subhan is another person from our community, local community, that does a lot of work. And he is on YouTube and he's up and coming, a very young and talented nasheed artist. So we will have him tomorrow, inshallah, if everything goes to plan. And then on Tuesday, we have someone a little older. I think he's around 18 years old. So we have him as well from High Wycombe. And then I'm also in talks with Brother Isa Noshahi, who's a Qari and a Naat Khan, who recites on an international platform. So that will be very exciting. He works with the YQNC Youth Quran and Naat Conference. It's a platform for all nasheed artists and qaris and different people that can contribute within this Naat Khan field. So I really urge you all to follow that. The one who runs the platform, whose name is Brother Umar or Lord Umar on social media, I will be interviewing him soon as well. So do watch out for that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.